In late July 2025, the Borndrieb family parents, Kurt and Christina, along with their 6 children, were nearing the end of a long-awaited summer vacation. They had traveled all the way from Nebraska to Washington State, seeking a final retreat along the rugged Pacific coastline at Kalaloch Beach, nestled inside Olympic National Park. The air was cool, the sea stretched endlessly before them, and the sense of peace was almost palpable. 18-year-old Ethan Borngriebe was exploring the rocky shoreline near a trail bridge, his youthful curiosity guiding him into places where few ventured. But a moment of mistake changed everything. A massive piece of the cliff, roughly 150 pounds, detached and tumbled down. Ethan slipped and fell nearly 7 feet onto jagged rocks below. The boulder struck him directly on his chest, then another piece crushed his foot, and his hand was lacerated in the chaos. Panic erupted. Ethan was incapacitated under the weight of the rock, injured and utterly immobile. Kurt, his father, acted without hesitation, lifting the heavy boulder from his son's chest while adrenaline masked much of the pain. "This is it," he later recalled, fearing Ethan might not survive. There was one more problem: no cell service. With the family stranded in that remote stretch of bluffs, Christina left to seek help, her heart pounding with fear. Moments later, panic threatened to overwhelm her when a man appeared out of the mist. Jacob, a stranger from the Czech Republic, seemingly materializing in that moment of helplessness. Jacob offered more than just human presence. He was calm, steady, and resourceful. He told Kurt and Christina not to move, Ethan-wise advice, given the severity of his injuries. He applied ice to Ethan's injured hand, advised patience and composure, and stayed by their side for 2 hours, keeping them grounded and tempering the chaos with quiet reassurance. As they waited, the tension was nearly unbearable. Every creak of the shifting rocks, every whisper of the wind across the bluffs seemed amplified. Ethan, the brave and curious teen, lay still, balanced between fear and survival. Then, at long last, the distant whir of helicopter rotors cut through the air. Emergency responders had finally arrived. Jacob didn't vanish. He stayed, helping guide rescue workers, offering a steady hand as they prepared Ethan for extraction. Together, they loaded him onto a stretcher, then into a life-saving helicopter that would whisk him away to Seattle for surgery. During that chaotic moment, Kurt found Jacob's hand and through choked-up emotion said, "Thank you." It was a gesture of plain, human gratitude that needed no grand words. In the following days, the family revealed that Ethan had miraculously avoided any internal injuries. Scans showed no broken ribs, no damage to his chest or internal organs. Medical staff were astounded. His foot, thought to be broken beyond repair, looked nearly normal. His hand would require reconstructive surgery, and he suffered a laceration to his thigh. Recovery would require time, but he was alive. An extraordinary, unexplained miracle. Christina posted their story on Facebook, describing Jacob not just as a rescuer, but as their angel in human form. All she knew was his first name and that he came from the Czech Republic. But those details were enough. The post spread like wildfire. The public helped them, and soon they found him. Jacob answered their call. They spoke on the phone. They offered thanks. Words weren't enough for the gratitude they felt. Now picture the aftermath. Ethan recovering in a Seattle hospital, undergoing reconstructive surgery, surrounded by the love of his family. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away, a man named Jacob Unknown, unassuming, listens to messages of thanks that echo across continents. He didn't act for recognition, he simply did what was needed. This story is a testament to something deeply human, the power of compassion, the courage in a moment you never planned to face, and the quiet bond formed when a stranger becomes a guardian in your darkest hour. In a world too often obsessed with headlines and celebrity, the story of Ethan and Jacob stands out because it's quiet heroism, because it's real, because it's raw. It's the reminder that in unexpected moments, ordinary people become extraordinary. Let this sink in, that on a peaceful family vacation in a remote corner of a national park, a young man's life was saved not just by arriving medics, but by the humanity of a man who had no reason to stop, but did.